My name is Arpan Gupta. I am a qualified lawyer in India and I qualified in 2010. I passed the QLTS assessment on my first attempt and I'm a qualified solicitor of England and Wales. I qualified as an Indian advocate in 2010 and then I went to do my master's from UK. From 2011, I have been working in London in the field of international arbitration and dispute resolution. I've also had the working of the same field in India as well. While I was working in international law firms in London, I realized that most of the disputes were of English law origin. So whether it's a commodities dispute or financial disputes or of energy disputes, they all were under English law. So therefore I realized that in order to progress my career, I needed to become an English qualified solicitor, and therefore I had to do the QLTS exam. I was working at that point of time, so it was very tough for me to find out the particular materials for the exam. So what I did was I did a small survey and find out the best possible course at my situation, and I found out that the QLTS School was the best one for me. They had all the relevant questions and practice material that required for me to pass this exam, so I went with that one. I had a wonderful experience with QLTS School. The availability of preparation materials, the question banks, the tutors guiding you through every stage of the process. I thought it was a fabulous experience and it helped me be extremely confident during the assessment periods. For the MCT exam, the enormous bank of questions as well as mock tests was really helpful for preparing me for the MCT exam, because MCT exam is the most tough one according to me, and therefore it was very much needed these type of questions and exams to practice. For the OSCE exam, the personal handling of the tutors of my timetable as well as mock tests and assessing those mock tests was very important for my successfully clearing the OSCE exam. For the MCT exam, I started 3 months before the assessment. I was working very hard during that point of time, so on the weekdays I could maximum give 3 hours. But for the weekends I gave around 5 to 6 hours during that time. I aimed around 4.5 subjects each month so that I left 15 days to give the mock exams and the practice questions. For the OSCE I had to give it much more time because there was a quick turnaround time between the exams. I gave in around 5 to 6 hours daily during the weekdays and around 8 to 9 hours during the weekends. It also helped that at that point of time my workload was significantly lower than during the MCT ones. Yes, my firm was quite supportive of my studies. It also helped that during the OSCE exam I switched into another firm as a consultant, so it allowed me to concentrate on my exams more than on the MCT exams. I was well prepared due to the preparatory materials of the QLTS schools. However, I must admit I was quite nervous during the MCT exam, and that's completely due with the exam structure rather than my preparation. I did well. I passed on my first attempt, so therefore I think my preparation was well for the MCT exams. With OSCE exams, I was more confident because my tutors had prepared me to a certain level as to expect what questions would come during the assessment. So therefore, I was very well prepared during that point of time and there was no nervousness involved in that examinations. Currently, I'm working as a consultant at VHS Legal. I'm advising and acting as a counsel to present my clients in disputes of international arbitration origin, financial disputes, as well as regulatory work. I think to qualify as an English solicitor has helped me gain the trust of my clients and my ability to work in cross-border disputes. Going forward, I think it would help me immensely in working in different jurisdictions as well as servicing my clients at different places. It is imperative that one should have a preparation course for MCT and OSCE exams. One thing all lawyers would agree is paucity of time for them in any jurisdiction they work in. So therefore, you need a preparatory course like QLTS School for your OSCE and MCT examinations. Anybody who is currently taking or preparing for the QLTS assessments, my advice for them is to prepare well and well in advance. These are one of the toughest exams to be in this legal world. Therefore, you need to be well prepared and quite in advance. Anybody who's coming from civil law background needs basic English law foundation for them. I was surprised to note how helpful these were coming from a common law background for me to pass these examinations. I think it's a personal choice and it depends on a personal preferences, but I think at least 3 months is needed before the assessments to prepare well for these examinations. I would recommend QLTS to anybody who works with global clients and in cross-border matters. Anybody who wants to work internationally needs to get a dual qualification, and the QLTS is the qualification you need. To be a very good model lawyer now, you need to have very good communication skills, being sensitive to cross-border clients' cultures, and also the ability to give commercial solution to practical problems very quickly.